YouTube. Hello. Welcome to my channel once again. It is your girl Beauty Is She, better known as Katrina. This is a tea time, let's chit chat, let's talk girl talk, let's talk grown up talk, let's just talk type of video about choices. Before I jump into the video that I have planned for you, I just want to go over what I'm wearing very simply. I'm wearing my NARS tinted moisturizer in the color Martinique with my Makeup Forever Pro Finish powder in the color 174. This is how I set my tinted moisturizer, very lightly. My blush is my NARS Seduction Blush, which is very sultry and beautiful for women with darker complexions. It can also be used on any complexion with a very light hand, as you know with NARS blushes. My eyeshadow is just on my eyelid, just so I didn't look, sleepy since it is late. And I'm using Busted, which is right here. It's this one right here. This is from the Naked 2 palette by Urban Decay. Looks like this. Everybody has seen it before, of course. And on my waterline, I am using my Tarte, what is this? The Cashmere Waterproof Gliding Liner in Black Bark, which looks like this. And this has to be set with a powder foundation, or you can put a little bit of eyelid primer, eyeshadow primer I should say, along your waterline, because that particular liner does have the tendency to run, so it doesn't stay put. It's not 24-hour at all like the Urban Decay liners. Okay, now that I have that out of the way, I'd like to discuss choices with you this evening. Let me go ahead and have a sip of tea. I just want everyone to remember that we have choices in life. And with these choices in life, sometimes choices can be simple, and fun. Like going to the mall and spending hours at the mall and having the toughest decision of what boot do I want. I thought that I wanted this boot. I thought I wanted a combat boot, but now I think I want a stiletto boot. No, I don't know if I want a stiletto boot. Maybe I'll get an UGG boot, things like that. To very personal choices that are difficult to make, and you have to put a lot of time and thought into them. And these type of choices are the ones that I really wanted to touch bases on this evening, from my own experience mainly. As far as choices that you may have to make with people, okay? Have you ever felt yourself constantly going through the same old with the same old person, and you just don't want to throw in the towel or give up or give in, or you feel like someone is not reciprocating the same or even 65% of what you're providing and offering on the table to them, such as maybe it's motivation, encouragement, being uplifting, dropping whatever you're doing at the drop of a dime just because they need you. But then when the tables have reversed and you may need them, they're never there. Never there. Just totally unreliable. They can rely on you and you can't rely on them. You give people plenty of passes, because one thing for sure is that we all have our own personal lives, and life it doesn't wait for anybody. I might be going through something and my friend over here might be going through something at the exact same time. So, we're unable to click on that because they're going through whatever they're going through. But when you see a consistency in someone and you find yourself reciprocating and giving to them, and every time you call or whenever it is your chance and you may call and they can't reciprocate the same thing back, I feel like people's behavior really do tell a lot about themselves. And Choices. Choices. There comes a time when you have to decide what you want to deal with and what you choose not to deal with. And that's what I love about life. Okay. I didn't get it. I didn't really understand this until lately. I don't even think I said this, but I'm wearing Milani teddy bear on my lips. My lips are dry. So, sorry about that. But anyway, I didn't get this. I really didn't get this until maybe about, it's been about a good 2.5, 3 years that I've just really been like, you know what, listen, okay. You've been my best friend for how long? Girl, you know I love you like a sister. You know that. We've had the same conversation about how you're always calling me when you need me. And when I call you, it's always, oh girl, let me call you back. And you don't get a phone call back until weeks and weeks and weeks, as if they're avoiding you, you know. And then when they call, it's not like I'm sorry, I know you need to talk to me. It's just them again calling to vent, to vent, to vent, to vent. Nothing wrong with venting. I don't want to sit here and I don't want anyone to think that I'm saying there's anything wrong with venting, because there's not. But when you see the same behaviors in people that are just sapping you from your energy, that are just draining you from your positive mentality, your positive demeanor, when you find that you're taking time away from people that are really important to you, maybe, you know, the people inside of your household, or even your household chores are becoming a little bit neglected because you're sitting on the phone hours on end with this person because they have to vent, and you get off that phone and you're constantly feeling like you're being drained by them. It's about a choice. Okay. One word that I have really came to adopt and really love is accountability. Okay. Anybody that knows me knows that that word means a lot to me, because you're accountable for your own actions. And also, we have the power to change ourselves from within, but we're not the almighty, and we don't have the power to change other people. Sometimes you have to give people to the hands of the Lord. Just have to just give them, you know, just give them to the hands of the Lord and let the Lord hopefully do his way with them. And I've had to do that with some people that mean a lot to me. You know, it was a difficult choice, to be completely honest with you, but I just found that dealing with them, it was just the same old, same old, year in after year out, year in after year out. Same thing, saying they're going to do the same thing, or only calling me because they need my advice, you know. And I always try to be there for them without a problem, because I love to be there for people, but even the strongest sometimes do need the same in return. And I think that sometimes people see some as being strong and feeling like they don't need anybody. And I also kind of wonder, also, I wish somebody could give me a little bit of light on this. If some people may see others as being strong, and because they feel that they're stronger than them, when they're weak, they don't know how to deal with them, you know, without realizing that we're all human. One of the toughest choices that we do have to make in life is separating ourselves and loving people from a distance, to either let them grow up on their own, maybe bump their heads from time to time, stop being their crutch and figuring out their problems that they created for their own selves, letting them figure it out for themselves. And in the midst of the absence or not being as social or as available as you were for them before, hopefully that will teach them to appreciate your time and all the effort that you have showed them with love and care freely, just how much it really did mean to them. I know that I have done that, because I was just kind of like, why do I keep on letting myself be let down by so and so? Why do I keep on sitting on that phone for hours on end, or knowing good and well I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to wake my children up, and I'm on the phone until 3 o'clock in the morning, which is not a problem, But when it's my turn and I want you to sit up with me for a minute or two, I don't get that same kind of consideration. You know, you just have to remember that the absence definitely does make the heart grow fonder, and we sometimes have to reevaluate the relationships that we formulated in our lives. And we also have to hold ourselves accountable as well if we've allowed people to mistreat us in a way, or to not reciprocate, or not to be respectable of us as we are of them. You know, in every relationship, there has to be a certain level of understanding and respect and reciprocation. That means so much to me. But again, in everybody's behavior pattern, I also feel that once you know a person and you know what to expect from them, you have that choice to decide if you want to deal with that or not. And I'm not saying that you necessarily have to just cut them off and be done with them. I'm not saying that. You just might want to kind of, you know, set a little bit of a distance, a slight bit, in hopes that it'll better the relationship. Because again, absence does make the heart grow fonder. But that's the beautiful thing about life, is having a choice. Having a choice. You know, saying, you know what, I don't, I'm sorry, I really don't want to deal with your bullshit. Excuse my French, but you know, I'm sorry, I just don't want to deal with your bull. I'm dealing with my own, personally. And I've been dealing with yours for a long time, and I want you to get it right. I really do. I'm cheering for you right here, right here. But you have to understand who's in your corner. And you know, sometimes you can really just burn a bridge, but give a person to hang themselves. Don't hang them, and don't give up on people that you really do have faith in and really love. But also don't jeopardize your own peace and solitude, or don't neglect those who are closest to you for others that can't reciprocate the love and motivation and compassion, time, energy that you freely and openly have for them and give to them. You know, nobody's a doormat. Nobody is supposed to be walked on. And I think that everybody should be treated with respect. And in order to to receive respect, you have to make sure that it's also given. But when you give people so many chances and they just take you for granted, there's nothing wrong with making that choice and just distancing yourself just a little bit, praying for them and leaving them in the hands of the Lord, and really hoping for the best, especially for the relationship. Sometimes it's always for the greater good of the relationship just to distance yourself. So just be wise and make the choice to not have to deal with BS, and not have to deal with setting yourself up for disappointments that you've dealt with incessantly over and over and over and over, repetitiously. You'll feel better. Even if they don't come back to you, you'll still be more peaceful. And if it's good for you, you sometimes have to let it go. And if it was meant for you, it's going to come right on back to you. Again, I'm not saying seesaw kind of communication, but put a little bit of distance on it and kind of focus that energy that you were given to them on you or your family. Yeah. So let's make the right choice. Let's make the right choice for ourselves, our intermediate family, and those that may possibly be affected by the choices that we make on a daily basis. Again, my name is Beauty is She, also known as Katrina Davis. It's been nice having that tea time with you. Hope that you're all blessed on December 16th, 2013, and